football fans from around the world. You are tuned into the CUDAcast, the official podcast of the Dubai Barracudas. I'm your host, Coach Jerry, and with me as always, the lovely Miss Gracie.
Hello, Barracuda family.
Hey everyone, welcome to the CUDAcast. You are listening to Season 2, Episode
14.
Mm-hmm. As usual, it's Coach Jerry and the lovely Miss Gracie. We don't have an audience.
Well, we do have an audience.
We do have an audience. We don't have anyone in the studio this week. So it's just going to be the lovely Miss Gracie and I. So how was your week?
It was good. I have a complaint.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Weekends are too short.
You know, I agree with you.
Right?
There's a lot of stuff we don't agree on. But we can agree on that.
Yeah.
We
also agree on how pretty awesome I am.
Do we? Do we agree on that?
No, it just feels like, Fridays, football all day.
Right.
And sometimes into the wee hours of Saturday. And then Saturday, we usually recover and do house stuff and family things. And this weekend was just...
What did we do this Saturday?
We took our son to a birthday party.
That's
and
right.
We hung out, and that turned into a full day of fun.
All the way in Sharjah.
Yeah, I love it.
It was fun. It was fun. It was a good time. And then Sunday,
we had our godson.
And then we took him downtown with us to
run some errands and.
Yep. And then practice. Yeah. So it just goes by super quick. Yep. Well, the week for me was pretty crappy. I got stuck in Rainmageddon. That's what they're calling it.
You survived the flood.
I survived Rainmageddon 2016. What a hassle. So, for those of you that aren't familiar, I work in Abu Dhabi, right? So I make that drive every single day. Actually, it's every single night. So I work in Abu Dhabi and I work nights, right? So I make my way to Abu Dhabi around, midnight or so, and then I'm usually back, about 10 in the morning or so. But not on this day. What day was it?
It was Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So Wednesday, I'm driving back. And I could see the clouds forming up like next to me and on the side of me as I'm on the highway. And then they just a downpour. It was just downpour. I mean, it was just brutal.
It was storming all night.
The cars were going like 40 on E11. We just couldn't see. Then it cleared up a little bit. So, of course, everybody starts flashing their lights and doing 140 even though the road's still wet.
Wow.
So we get all the way... so we're almost at the Jebel Ali shooting club, right in that area. And comes to a halt. And then the cars are moving slow, so I'm thinking there's an accident or something. So the cars are moving slow. We're kind of moving, inching along, then it just stops. Well, it turns out E11 was underwater. So cars were trying to get through, and they were getting stuck. And, I ended up just hanging out there for about 8 hours, I think, 7 hours in that one spot until
they
figured something out. So total trip, usually takes me about an hour and 15 to get home. On Wednesday, it took me 11 hours to get home.
Man.
It took me longer to get home than it does a full day of work.
Yeah, you could have worked another shift.
Mm-hmm. And driven.
Right.
It's an hour there, an hour back.
Exactly.
I'm usually sitting about 10 and a half hours. Nope, 11 hours. It was brutal. I don't like it.
Yes, it was. I mean, I was home and you were keeping me updated, but I would say that you were lucky that you were close enough to a gas station.
Right.
You could, what I was worried about was, he has no water to drink, ironically, right?
Right. There's plenty of water just not to drink.
And no food for however long he's going to be out there. And no toilet, just what does he do? But you said, don't worry, I'm across the street from the gas station. I was right
across the street from that Emirat that has the McDonald's, the very last gas station in Dubai as you're going towards Abu Dhabi. And fortunately, I had gone to the store earlier that day. So I had potato chips, I had bean dip, and I had banana moon pies. For those of you that don't know, y'all just don't know.
Yeah, you're missing
Those
out.
banana moon pies are amazing, amazing. That's how I got Gracie to like me. I gave her a moon pie and an RC coat. That's a Texas thing, y'all. But
No, they're pretty good.
But no, seriously, those banana moon pies
Yeah.
are all. I mean, they're just ridiculously good.
I think I was happier to see the moon because you brought
Yeah, I brought
extra moon
extras.
pies. I was happier to see the moon pie.
So so that was my week, and then so I was midweek, so it was kind of crappy. But then we had some games on Friday, and those were out in the 7, so it wasn't too long of a drive for us.
Yeah, it was
which is
nice.
great because I was tired of driving after sitting in my car and walking around for 11 hours.
And for everyone else, he's using that excuse, and he's probably going to use it. It's not an excuse. You're using that as
I can use that
for a while.
I'd say like 3, maybe 4 years.
Yeah.
I'd be like, nope, because that one time.
Let's go to the mall. Okay,
No.
only if you drive. Remember that one time I was stuck?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That one time.
Yes. I'll be hearing about it for, like you said, the next few years.
That's right. It's gonna be one of those stories that everyone in our family is gonna know.
Yes.
And I'm gonna embellish it every time I tell it.
Oh, I know.
It's gonna be 11 hours.
It's gonna be
12 hours. It's gonna be 13 hours.
It's gonna be. I helped rescue all these other drivers.
I didn't tell you that part. I didn't tell you that part.
Next time,
So,
save it for next time.
Yep. But then we finished off the week, and we had some football games over at the Rugby Sevens, and we had 3 teams playing. Right, we had the Pee-wees,
Yes.
the Bantam, and JV.
JV.
So the varsity had already gotten knocked out, and the men had already gotten into the Desert Bowl.
Right.
So we only had 3 teams left. So I mean, you can see just by looking at the games we had, that we had quite the turnout of Barracuda football. A lot of other teams had gotten bumped already. So it was good to see 3 teams. We had the potential to send 4 teams to the Desert Bowl like we did last year. But that's not going to happen, is it?
Unfortunately, no. We had 3 games, like you said, 3 Barracuda divisions this past Friday. 2 did make it out to the Desert Bowl. They do advance.
Right.
The Pee-wees, who were battling out against the Stallions, they just fell short. And
Right.
I told you and a few other coaches on Friday that I have to hand it to the Stallions.
Right.
They did show. Actually, they're great kids, all of them, and they showed just great skill and talent. And our boys fought hard. I'm
Right.
not, it's tough to see kids that young, emotional on the sidelines. And as a parent and as a spectator, you don't want to see that on any day. But the Stallions did play their best, I think.
They're playing really well, yeah.
And I've seen a big difference from the beginning of the season to now, night and day.
Right.
They've I don't know what they're doing. They're doing it right.
Eating their Wheaties.
Yeah. And so big shout out to the Stallions for at least representing Dubai
Right.
in the Desert Bowl, and
For
that
sure.
makes me proud. So,
For sure.
but the Pee-wees,
What was
they
the
fought
final
hard.
score on there?
28-8.
28-8. The Pee-wees went out there. It was just tough. You're right. Those the Stallions. I was talking to their coach yesterday, and I forget the guy's name, but the Pee-wee Stallions coach. They've just been the improvement that they've been making, week after week. It's beginning to pay off. They have a strong quarterback.
They do.
They got some strong runners, and he's coaching them up. So it's just it was just a hard fought. I don't know what else to say. It was just a hard fought game.
It was.
After the game, our boys were a little emotional.
I know.
From a parent point of view and from a coach's point of view, seeing them get emotional at a loss lets me know they care. You know what I
Right.
mean?
It means something.
It means something. That they've worked for it and they came up a bit short. I think it's a good lesson at a young age. we can go into the parallels between football and life and all
Right.
of that, but I'll spare everyone from that because it's kind of cliched. But learning to deal with a loss, learning to deal with giving it your all, and sometimes your all isn't enough.
Right.
Learning to deal with that, I think it's a very important lesson for these boys. So hopefully they'll regroup, come back next year, pick up some more players and see where we are.
Yeah,
See
I mean,
where we are.
congratulations to them, to our Pee-wees. They had a great season, and they had some, coaching.
Right, Scott left, Josh
right.
left.
So that in itself is a bit challenging, and they still, I mean, they made it into, this far. So.
Right, and they had a lot of help. When Scott left, it was Sonny, and Coach Kyle came over to help. Coach Amir came over to help. So
it's a team effort.
Team
it's
effort,
an organization effort.
They had a great season. They have some key players that are looking pretty good.
I know. I'm like,
I'm
how old are you, kid? Let's see you in Bantam next year.
Are you moving up to Bantam? Right. So they got bounced, and our varsity got bounced a couple weeks ago. Right.
Right.
So then the next two were the Bantam and the JV.
Right. So Bantam.
We were playing the
against
Scorpions.
Wildcats.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, that's right. We were playing the Wildcats. So we beat the Vipers the last game of the season, so that gave us the number 1 seed. And then the Vipers played. I mean, the Wildcats played the Stallions
in overtime
for the 4 seed. That's right.
Yes.
So the Wildcats won. So we ended up playing the Wildcats. Then Vipers ended up playing the Scorpions. So. All week our boys were pretty calm. They were pretty loose, and we kept things positive all through practice. As a coach, what I've learned is that I have a tendency, and actually I think a lot of coaches have a tendency to overlook what they did right and concentrate on what they did wrong. Mm-hmm. All right, so you could do 99 things correctly, but the coach is gonna, get you in the huddle and talk about that one thing. Mm-hmm. So I made a conscious effort after we finished the regular season in first place. I made a conscious effort to concentrate on the positive, and I think it paid off because our practices went better. The boys were loose. They were, their attitude was positive. So it was a bit of an eye opener for me. Because of the past couple of years, we're like, hey man, you did this correctly, but you were supposed to do it correctly. However, this over here, we need better blocking, we need better this, we need better that. So I kept it positive, and Coach Xavier, same with him. We just said, hey, you guys played well, and we went into that game against the Wildcats, and I knew from when we showed up, we get the boys all dressed out, and we get onto the practice field about an hour before our game, and we ran 10 plays, 10 warm-up plays. I mean, there was no talking on the players. The players weren't talking. The coaches weren't talking. We said, hey, line up in this formation, run this play. And they ran it. And I was like, they look pretty good. I said, now run this formation, this play. And they ran it. So then we went to the next one, and the next one, and all 10. They just clicked, boom, 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 boom. We just ran them all. Everyone knew their job. Everyone knew where they belonged. And I was like, man, they're really on it. They're really on it. They were firing on all cylinders. And we knew we were coming out against a stronger Wildcats team. They were riding that high of beating the Stallions in a triple overtime.
They fought for that win.
Quadruple.
Yeah.
It was a triple or 4 overtime? Quadruple.
I think it was about to go into quadruple.
So it ended up at triple overtime. Right. And so we knew they were riding that high. We knew they had all their players. They had Elizondo was back, Eli was back, Crisco was back. I don't know number 24's name. So we knew all those guys were going to be back. And for us, it's all about the defense. We went out there, tough defense, and we got a couple key stops, and our offense was firing. So that's just the way it went the whole game. We got some fantastic stops on defense. We kept them to 0. And then our offense was just on point. So we got a good win there.
It was a fun game to watch.
It was a fun game to watch. The score was a bit lopsided. What was our final score? 50?
50-0.
50-0. You know, I have mixed feelings about that because I never intentionally go set out to run up the score. That being said, when my players are on the field, whether we're up by 1,000 or down by 1,000,000, I want 100%. I want 100% regardless. And, you know, we were getting into our, you know, 4th, 5th, 6th level running backs, you know, guys that have never played running back before. But they were getting the ball. They were getting some good blocks. And, you know, we kept moving the ball and kept getting into the end zone. So, again, you know, mixed feelings there. Like I said, my intentions weren't ever to run up the score. But I can't ask my players to give anything less than 100%. I just can't do that. I just can't ask them to give anything less than 100%. And then you know, we slowed things down in the second half, and you know, so it was a good win. And our boys are definitely ready to face off against the Scorpions. So, you know, the Scorpions, they beat the Vipers.
Yeah,
right.
They were playing at the same time you guys were playing.
They were playing at the same time, and man, I tell you what, you know, we lost to the Vipers, and then we beat the Vipers. So we split our season with the Vipers, but the Vipers went undefeated the whole season, and then they dropped their last 3 games. So they dropped the third to the last game was 8-8.
That's right.
And they lost to the Scorpions.
Mm-hmm. So they lost to them twice.
Then they played us, and they lost, and then they, you know, they played us the last game of the season. They dropped that one. And then they dropped their first playoff game. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, they were playing well all season. They're a strong team. They had some great players, and it just didn't work out for them, you know, right. Come crunch time when it counted. So we'll be meeting the Scorpions. You know, they're a tough team. I know their coach. I know what he's about. You know, I've coached with them in Orlando as part of the Falcons. So, you know, when we were both coaching the Falcons, we talked a little bit about, you know, different coaching styles and coaching philosophies. So I know a bit of where he's coming from, and he knows a bit of the way I like to do things. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting what adjustments are made. So yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to it. You know, our boys are stoked. They're confident. They're loose, and that's all I could ask for. You know, right. I don't want. You know, I don't want them to be, you know, nervous or tight or anything. Mm-hmm. Right now, mentally, where they're at, physically, where they're at, I mean, they're right in the zone, and mm-hmm. that's where we've been keeping them all week.
And you know what I noticed with this game is that it felt like it felt very similar to a basketball game, mm-hmm. and I told you this during halftime, where a good basketball game. Right. Let's go out on you know, let's just say the Spurs, right? Basketball. Where they're not. They're so used to each other,
right?
And they're so much, you know, they know each other's next move,
right?
To where they don't have to say, "Hey, you go down to the right or slant to the left," or
right.
That person as the quarterback or the running back, he already knows that so and so is blocking for me.
Right.
It's so fluid and mm-hmm. so cohesive that, I mean, that's what it felt like to me. Just watching like a very good basketball team. They're not talking to each other. They're just doing what they know. My teammate's going to do this for me, and I'm just going to run. I'm going to, you know, block, you know, so and so because he's coming up behind me. I know his next move, and it's so. I hate to say this because you're probably gonna kick me under the table, but it felt like art. Like it did feel like just fluid motion, right? Like fluid motion where you're watching this choreographed piece of art, mm-hmm. where even the coaches were like, "Whoa, that worked!" Right. They did, you know, they're out there on their own, and they're like, it felt like great performance,
right?
You know,
before every game, I give them 1, sometimes 2 keys to the game, right? So, you know, I'll say like, you know, for example, let me see, when we were playing the Vipers, our key on defense is mm-hmm. to be contained. You know, we know the Vipers like to hit the edge. You know, we got big enough guys in the middle where we could stop the run up the middle. So I tell them, okay, so the key on defense for this game is going to be contain. Contain those edges. And then on offense, we're like the keys on offense. The one key is going to be blocking. When we played the Wildcats, I think I told them on defense was going to be discipline. Everyone do your job. Everyone stay home, do what you're supposed to do, and don't count on anyone else. So discipline was the key on defense, and on offense, the key was execution.
Right.
That's what you're talking about.
Right.
Execution. Everybody's blocking who they're supposed to block. Everybody's downfield blocking. Don't look back. You don't have to look back.
Right.
You don't have to look back at anyone. Just keep going forward.
Yes.
Stop blocking when you hear the whistle. Right. That's what we tell them. Don't look back. Don't worry about it. That running back will find the lane. Just look forward, block somebody, then go block the next guy until you hear the whistle. So going into this game, those were our keys. Discipline on defense and execution on offense, and that's what we went out there and did. Yep. And then the game after that was our JV. And they were playing Team Abu Dhabi.
Team Abu Dhabi. And they came out really strong at first.
Team Abu Dhabi.
I was scared.
Team Abu Dhabi, it's a combined team. Well, actually, it's a bit unfair to say it's a combined team because they're not. They're Team Abu Dhabi. Right. All right. This year, they are Team Abu Dhabi. It's not a combined team. Man, they got some tough guys on there. Tom Terrell. God, dog, that guy can run.
He's big and fast.
He's big and he's fast. Yep. So right off the bat, right? Was it the kickoff?
I think it was
we kicked
the first.
Off and he ran it back.
Yeah.
I mean, he runs like a freaking freight train. He's a hell of a player. Again, I've coached him on the Falcons. When we were in Orlando, so I know what he brings. I know how tough he can be. And man, he
he also play quarterback? Did he throw a few passes?
No, they direct
was that
snapped.
A trick?
They direct snapped to him and he ran. So they'll just hike it.
I saw him pass.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I was confused. Yeah.
Can he throw?
He threw, but that's when Richie.
When Max. Yep.
When I was gonna say Coach Rich. That's when Max just hit it.
Well, everyone gave Coach Rich the props on that one because he's our DB coach.
Right.
He's the guy. So he Max Manzahoff, the Russian kid. Mm-hmm. So he was totally out of position, right? He was playing corner and he got burned a little bit. He got sucked in a little too much. He saw the ball in the air. He recovered. He turns around and he just raises his hand in the nick of time to knock the ball out of the air. It was great, man.
Or else it would have been a score, I think.
Right. No, it was great. It was a great. Good heads up play by him. Everyone played hard. Keon came out, played tough the way he always does. Elias, Daniel.
Daniel, let's talk about Daniel.
They're leaving him. They left Vlad at QB.
Right.
They ran Daniel at corner or safety and receiver. I mean, he's just another weapon.
Yep.
He's just another weapon. On defense, he tipped the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
He tipped it, caught it, and ran it back. Man, that was great. So he tipped the pass and then tip drill, caught it, and then ran it for a pick six. So he was pretty stoked. Everybody was pretty excited. Everyone contributed. Offense, defense. It was tough, and especially in the first half. I was talking to Coach Campos. He said he didn't feel comfortable with that game until there was about 3 minutes left in the game, in the fourth quarter. When you have a weapon like Tom Terrell, he's one carry away from scoring.
Yep.
Right? He's one carry. So you're like, oh, man, we're up 2 touchdowns. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Because any given moment,
a few seconds,
now you're down by 1. Mm-hmm. So he's a beast of a player. But our JV pulled it out. The final score there was
46-20.
46-20.
Mm-hmm.
There was 1 or 2 scores there at the end. Just a little bit of what we call garbage time, right? It was just the rotations were a little off, but we managed to put up some more points. So a good win for them. And now we have 3 teams going
to the
Desert Bowl. So the Desert Bowl is March 18th, so it's going to be on Friday at Dubai Sports City.
Yes.
And it begins at...
The games begin at 10 a.m.
Ouch. That's early.
So after breakfast.
But they have to do that because
there's so many games.
There's a new division. Man, it'd be tough, right? I mean, as it is, it's a long day because there's no consecutive concurrent games, right? They're all one right after the other.
Yes.
So at 10 o'clock, it's going to be the varsity Stallions versus
Abu Dhabi.
Team Abu Dhabi varsity. So they're going to play at 10. And then the Pee-wees, it's going to be
Stallions, Desert Foxes.
Stallions,
at noon.
Desert Foxes. That's going to be a good game. That's
Oh,
going to be.
we'll be there for that.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna,
I'll get to see that.
Yeah,
one.
we're going to be there
Watch
for that one. That's going to be a really good game. I'm curious to see how the Stallions match up against the Foxes.
know.
You know, the Foxes, they've just been a powerhouse team
Right.
this year. They got size, they got speed, but it seems that some of the guys on the Stallions have eaten their Wheaties and drank their
Yep.
milk because they look big to me.
I told you.
They look big.
Yeah, the
I'm
quarterback
like-
looks big.
I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
It'll be a very good matchup
Yeah, they look
and
big.
fun to watch for
So
sure.
that's gonna be a nice game to watch there. And then after that, Bantam,
Versus
JV,
Scorpions
and
at
men's,
2.
we're all gonna have a Barracuda team.
Wow.
So it's gonna be Bantam is gonna be Barracudas versus the Scorpions at 2. Then it's gonna be JV Barracudas versus the Desert Foxes at 4, and then it's gonna be the men Barracudas versus the Wildcats at 6:30.
Yes. So it's
So it's gonna be
a full day of
Barracuda football.
Barracuda football.
You know, we're going in there bringing 3 teams. We took 4 teams last year. Unfortunately, last year all 4 teams lost. So we're going in there renewed.
I'm going in. Actually, last year we were very hopeful as well. We were
Right.
very excited to be in there, but to be honest, this year feels a lot different.
It does. For me,
You
it
know,
does.
yeah.
For me, it does. Indeed. Like I said, you know, it's just top. All 3 teams: the JV, the Bantam, the men's. You know, they're looking pretty good. They're
Yeah.
looking pretty good. You know, and I don't want to say anything one way or another and
I
jinx
know,
and this,
right,
that.
no.
You know, so I don't want to.
I'm-
That's why I'm kind of like hesitant.
I'm
but,
anti.
Right.
I don't like to say that either.
Right. Right. So, so everybody come out. Barracuda Nation begins at 2. Then we have a game at 4. Then another one at 6:30. But if you want to show up early, you can show up as early as 10 and watch the varsity
They're
play.
gonna have food,
Adult beverages.
adult beverages.
What else are they going to have? Food. I think they're
I
going
think
to
a
have.
bouncy.
Yeah,
for the
usual,
younger kids.
the bouncy castles,
Right.
entertainment, whatever. So yeah, it should be a good time.
And halftime entertainment is me singing
That's it.
karaoke.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh goodness,
Dun dun dun.
that's a good
You
question.
know, we've only been karaoke one time.
And I found the videos of that said
Uh-oh.
karaoke night today.
Uh-oh.
It's hilarious.
Uh-oh.
If I were to post that on social media, you'd go viral. It's awesome. Yeah,
Don't.
yeah.
Don't.
Surprisingly enough,
Yeah.
you have a wonderful voice, but even
what's up.
better, Coach Patrick has a voice of an angel.
That's
oh my
it.
goodness, he can sing.
You know what gets me about Coach Patrick? Yeah, that's right. It was Coach Patrick.
And Julie, Miss Julie.
Yeah, we all went.
Yeah.
You know, Coach Patrick is one of these guys that knows all the lyrics to all the
to every
songs.
single song. Yeah.
You know, I had a buddy of mine when I was in the military. Shout out to Ben Tice. Hashtag
No,
retired.
he's a
retired.
good matchup
Yep,
against.
hashtag USAF. Hashtag Senior Master Sergeant.
Congrats.
So Ben Tice, he was one of them guys.
We would take road trips, right?
And I'd be like Hootie and the Blowfish. I'm like, I don't even know what he's saying, you know, but he'd be like saying all the
Yeah.
words. No, man, he's saying this. I'd be like, okay. You know, and Patrick is one of those guys,
Yes.
right, where he just memorizes all the lyrics, you know.
And
I'll be honest, I just mumble crap because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know all the lyrics.
Yeah.
You know, I'm listening to the guitar parts and the drum parts.
And he has a good pitch too.
Yeah, he does.
So
he
did
does.
yeah. So,
So if you had a one
oh my goodness,
karaoke,
you
so-
put me on the spot.
well, we've only been karaoke one time, so you can't really say your go-to.
You know,
but
I
what's your
don't
go-to?
have a singing voice like at all. I used to be in choir as a kid,
Yeah.
and I
They used to
remember,
mute your
yeah, the
so you-
director would mute. She would lower my microphone. I found this out like years later, and here I was trying to, you know, I thought I was
Trying to praise.
badass, right? Just, yeah, I was trying to praise the Lord. But that's a good question. Something mid-range. What do you have? You have tenor, bass, soprano, alto. Oh my gosh, I'm in the lower. So something within my range.
Right.
Maybe Adele.
Something within your range, like Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, something like that.
Or
right?
Celine Dion.
Celine Dion.
In the shower. In the shower, we all sound good,
That's
right?
it. That's it. It resonates.
acoustics.
Because it resonates.
Yeah.
But I never sing in the shower.
I do. I always take my iPhone in the.
Do you?
Yeah, and I
So
sing along.
Okay. So when your iPhone gets wet, I don't know why.
Yes.
Like, my iPhone, I don't know what happened. My iPhone just broke. I know what happened. You're into the shower.
No, I'm kidding. I don't do that often, but every now and then.
Right on.
You would pick Journey.
Yeah, but that's I can't
because
sing
you've done
no
it
damn
before.
Journey.
You can't reach those high notes. I know you can't, but you try.
I try and I
Yeah.
just strain and I sound horrible.
Right.
So that's definitely not my go-to
No.
song. I don't have a go-to song. The one I enjoyed singing that I do remember is a Whiskey in the Jar by I don't know if they had the Thin Lizzy version or if they had the Metallica version or the Grateful Dead version or I think it was the Thin Lizzy version.
When we went karaoke?
Yeah.
Is that the one? Which song is the one you were? Yeah, you don't want me to say it.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what song that was. For those of you that weren't at karaoke, I got a little too excited because I was singing and I started it might have been it was either AC/DC or The Who or something because
Yeah.
I started twirling the
You didn't know the
microphone.
words.
I know. So it would have been The Who then.
Yeah, you kept
I don't
looking
remember.
at the.
I don't remember.
the prompt.
But anyways, I swung a microphone like a
And
rock
broke
star
it.
and broke it. That Korean
Fun
dude
times.
was pissed off at me.
Fun times.
He's like, "What happened?" I'm like, it broke. There's like wires coming out from it.
Just put it back and walk
But,
away.
yeah, just give me a new microphone. So, anyways, what else you got coming up this week?
Well, besides football and preparing for that,
Yeah.
I've been keeping up with. Actually, I've been trying to. It's very difficult because we don't have that much time. But March Madness,
I know.
I watched the Aggies lose last night to Kentucky
OT, right?
in the overtime.
The upset.
But do you know who they face?
They still have a higher seed in the bracket.
Right.
So.
Do you know who they
I haven't
face
looked at
in
the
round
bracket.
one?
No, I haven't looked at the bracket. The only reason I know is because Calipari from Kentucky was a little upset.
Ticked off. Yeah.
That the Aggies still got a higher seed even though they had beat
Right.
them in overtime.
Yeah, they were doing pretty good the entire game, and then Kentucky just came back.
Kentucky. I mean, Kentucky's always had decent teams.
Yeah. This is their yesterday was their 29th SEC championship
God. Oh, that's a lot.
back to back. So we put up a good fight. And
Is that where Anthony Davis played? Kentucky, right? The guy from the Pelicans, Mr. Unibrow.
maybe.
I think he's
Yeah.
from Kentucky. Yeah, they've always had good. They've always had a good
What's up
showing.
with that unibrow?
I don't know.
He's
him.
not gonna.
He can't change it
Right.
because it's him.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like having a, what is it called? A gap in your. In your
like Michael Strahan.
Yeah, like that's him, right?
It's
So
his
if he
identity.
fixes it,
yeah,
it's no longer.
It's not his identity.
Right.
It's his. What do you call it? Like it's a feature. It's a
Right.
character feature.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So Anthony Davis, he just can't get rid of that
Right.
unibrow because that's what he's known for. And he's a beast too.
He's pretty good.
But not as
I'm
good
also
as
keeping up
he's
with
not as good as Tim Duncan,
Oh no! Come on.
best power
Yes,
forward ever.
Yes. I've also been keeping up with the Spurs, Warriors,
Man,
best home record. I mean, both teams are just
the Spurs haven't lost at home in a year, going all the way to last season.
knock on wood. You see, that's the kind of stuff
Right.
I don't like to say.
Right.
But yeah, I wish we were home.
Yeah, me too. My thing with the Warriors is their lack of defense.
They're straight up offensive team,
and
but they don't miss.
Yeah.
It's rare for them to miss.
here's the thing: if you put them on lockdown, right? You play some D. They come across a team that plays D, especially like when you get into the playoffs.
Right.
When you're playing a team like the Spurs for 7 games, the Spurs. I mean, every year they say they're getting old, and I agree. Yeah, they're getting older every year, getting older, and we just picked up a couple of older guys, right? Kevin Martin and Andre Miller, right? Again, Andre Miller's like the oldest guy in the NBA.
Is he 40 or 40 something?
Yeah, he's old. He's our age.
He's old to play.
He's our
let's
age.
Clarify that.
And yes, he's the oldest guy in the NBA, I think. But they've shown time and time again where we said it when the Broncos beat Carolina, right?
Oh yeah. Right,
offense wins
right.
games, and it's flashy. It's good for the fans. You sell tickets, you sell jerseys, but once you go up against a team that'll play some defense on you, and you don't know how to play defense,
Right.
then what? Then what are you gonna do?
Well, first of all, if you go up in a series in basketball, it's a best out of 7. Playing defense, if you don't, like you said, if you're not prepared for defensive plays or a defensive team, physically you are exhausted after every single game.
Right.
So
Right.
that's what, like you said, the Warriors lack.
And, again, going back to the Spurs, if you look at the Spurs, like 2002, 2003 time frame. Let's look at 2003 when they played the Cavaliers for the
In the finals?
in the finals, right? It was like the lowest rated finals,
Right.
Because the Spurs, they played lockdown
Right.
defense, and then when they were on offense, they just slowed it down.
Right.
It was just
Right.
they were just there to grind it out,
Right.
just grind it out. So that totally plays against what Golden State's doing.
Right.
Let's not get it twisted here. They are the champs, right?
No, they're-
right?
they're
let's not
breaking
get it
all
twisted.
sorts of
yeah,
records
yeah. Let's
now.
not get it twisted. I'm just saying. You look at the team. Mike D'Antoni, right? The coach he used to coach. Is he still coaching the Knicks? He's not coaching the Knicks
No.
anymore. No. He used to coach the Knicks, and he used to coach Phoenix Suns, right? He
Right.
was a run and gun,
Yep.
right? Just run and gun. Man, they were trying to outscore everyone. It's great for the fans. It's exciting basketball, but it just come playoffs,
Right.
man. It just doesn't work.
We'll see what happens.
So,
Still a lot of games to be played.
yep, indeed. But it's definitely coming down to the home stretch, and Golden State's still on top. Spurs
Right.
are on top.
Clippers.
And there was the West is always
The
strong.
Thunder.
Yeah, the
Oklahoma
Thunder.
City.
Yeah, Thunder, which the Spurs just beat.
Right.
But we're talking a little bit too much basketball for
a football CUDA cast.
for a
All right. How about
CUDA-cast.
some NFL news? Peyton Manning retired. We
Peyton
haven't
Manning
said that, right?
retired. Peyton Manning retired. The writing
knew
was
that
on
was
the wall.
gonna happen.
Everyone kind of knew.
Or
He
did
just
we-
hadn't announced it. He just had not
Right,
announced
right.
it. But it's going to be.
And he did it. He did it the right way. Having announced it on Super Bowl Sunday, that would have taken away from
Right. I agree.
from the win. So he
waited
did it the right way.
a month or two.
Yeah.
Even though everyone knew he was going
Right.
to retire, you're right. That's a real good observation. Because then it would have turned into a not a Super Bowl thing,
Right.
but
A Peyton
what are you
Manning.
a Peyton Manning. What are you going to do after you retire? Blah 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 blah. So he let them enjoy
Yep.
the win.
Yep.
It was a good win, and So
And you know what?
now he's
Related
gone.
to football, his teammate Von Miller.
Yeah.
I'm most excited to see him on Dancing with the Stars.
I saw that on. That's
You know
right.
he can dance.
Of
Come
course,
on.
of course.
You know he can dance.
Yep.
Now, does he have rhythm? Does he have, what it
Right.
takes to,
Right.
it'll be fun to watch that.
A lot of these athletes, they can dance because they have great body control.
Right.
Right. Like you said, now it's just the rhythm.
And flexibility.
Right.
and
Right.
They're in shape.
But not all of them. Not all of them. But I say
Okay,
you know,
let's.
I say a
Emmett
majority.
Smith was really good on Dancing with the
That's
Stars. I
right.
think he even won.
I think he won
Yeah.
what's the trophy?
the
It's,
mirror ball
Yeah, yeah,
trophy.
yeah. That's
So,
right.
yeah, I think he won. There's been a handful of
Kurt
football
Warner was
players.
on there.
He couldn't dance.
Yeah, but he's a QB.
Right.
He's a QB.
Yeah.
Who else has been on there?
There's been.
There's been other athletes, and they all do pretty well. So I'm saying they have excellent
I
body
think Jerry
control.
Rice was on there, but he didn't. He
didn't
was also a little stiff. Yeah. I'm just.
Looking forward to
The show hasn't started, but I'm going to just assume that he's a great dancer, and
Yeah.
he's gonna perform.
represent A&M,
Yeah.
Texas A&M,
Yes. Yes.
the champion,
Yeah,
the champion Broncos.
maybe they'll put one of his dances music to
Let's
the
do
Aggie
this.
War hymn.
Let's do this. Do you think Scott Bickley, the coach of the Pee-wees, can dance?
I have a feeling he can.
How about Coach Sonny?
Yes, of course. She's from Texas.
How about Coach Cobb?
Come on. Yes.
I've seen him dance.
Yes. He dances as he's,
Yep,
just random throughout the day.
How about Coach Patrick?
Sorry,
say
Coach
no.
Patrick.
I say
I know
no.
you can't dance.
He can sing. I say
Yeah,
he can.
yeah.
Okay, let's see who else we got. Coach Rich.
Yeah, I think he can dance. He's a good basketball. He's an athlete.
Yeah, he plays basketball
Yeah.
too. He's a great football player, and he also plays basketball. You think he can dance though?
Yeah.
He's kind of tall.
No,
he's
but
really tall.
he I don't know. He seems fluid enough to like. What kind of dance are you talking about? Like salsa
No, just
or just
look. Just in
hip-hop?
general, if you can dance salsa, you can dance country. If you can dance, you can dance.
I'm gonna say yes.
All right. How
Okay.
about
Kyle Jordan can dance. I've seen him dance.
I was gonna say I know that fool can
Yes.
dance. We've seen him at
Oktoberfest.
Oh, how about Coach Brett?
No, he cannot dance, and he better not show us that he can.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think he can dance
No.
either. I don't think he can dance.
Coach Sean King.
No,
I know he
can
can't
fly.
either.
He can fly planes,
Right.
but I guarantee he can't dance.
Yes.
Ooh, how about Coach Sharp?
Yes, I've seen him dance when he's excited.
When he's excited.
I've seen him dance. Yes.
How about let me see, who else do we got? Coach Jason Wall.
Jason Wall. No.
No, I don't think he can dance either. I don't think he can dance. Ash, Coach Ash.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna disagree with you.
Where is he from? Cincinnati. He grew up. He's.
I think he's gonna be one of those. I think he's one of those
He's
guys
one of
that'll
those.
surprise you.
I know who can. I know who's a great dancer. Coach Dave Nelson.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Where's that video?
Where's that video?
Yes.
That's
let's
why.
post that.
That's why he needs new knees.
I know. Too much dancing.
Too much dancing. Yeah, that dude can dance for sure.
Right.
We have video of him dancing at
Singapore.
it was the Universal Studios
I think
or
so.
one of those.
Right.
At one of the theme parks.
One of the
That's
Falcon
right. That's
strips.
right. Yeah, he can dance.
Yeah.
He can dance.
Who else are we missing?
Who else won with us?
How about some players? Some Barracuda players. Keon. No.
I don't think he can dance.
Joaquin Campos. I'm gonna say yes.
Look, I bet you he can dance, but he pretends that he can't.
Right.
But he pretends that he can't. I bet you he can dance really well.
Miss Julie Tepero.
Ooh,
She's a great dancer,
I
by
think
the way.
she can dance.
Yeah.
I think she can dance. Who else we got?
Dustin.
This is fun. Dustin?
Yeah.
Have
I seen him dance?
I think he can dance certain types of music.
Waltz.
He can dance musical chairs,
The hokey pokey.
the hokey pokey.
No, he can dance.
I bet you he can dance.
Yeah.
I bet you that fool
All
can
right.
dance.
Right. No, you're right.
Who else? Who else we got?
You? Did we already say you?
Psh, of course I can dance.
Okay.
I dance like no one's looking.
Actually, you're a pretty good dancer.
I don't-
Compared to you, I'm not a good dancer.
you know why? Because like if we're dancing like country, if we're gonna two-step, you try and lead.
Heck yeah.
I'm like,
I need to be in control all the
hey,
time.
Easy. So then we look like two dudes dancing.
No, come on.
I'm gonna go sit down.
That's rude.
No, you can dance. You can dance.
I know I can.
Who else? Who else we got? Who else can we
So
pick on?
humble.
Yeah. Who else can we pick on?
Let's say we said players. Let's say Liban.
I think Liban can
Yeah.
dance. Okay, let's pick a player who can't dance.
Who cannot dance?
Who cannot dance? Michael Anderson.
Oh yeah.
That dude cannot dance.
Yeah. Sorry, Michael.
Maybe some Euro EDM.
Yeah.
Then you can thrash. Just thrash. Okay, you're dancing. Nah, he can't dance.
Let's see.
Hey, but for you guys that were saying that you can't dance, like Michael Anderson, like Keon, if you guys want to prove us wrong, go ahead.
Yeah.
Show us.
We'll give you a free
Show
t-shirt
us.
if you can dance.
Show us. Yeah. So, anyways, back to football.
That was fun.
That was
Because now
fun.
I'm visualizing
know.
everybody trying to dance.
We should have a dance off.
A dance off.
That's
A
it.
fundraiser. That would be
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
idea.
Have you seen that? I saw a picture one time. It was it was a contest, a dance contest of the couple. So basically, it was the couple who could dance the longest would win.
Right.
I mean, they were dancing for 24 hours, 26 hours,
Right.
whatever it was. And all these couples started dropping out. And there's a picture, and it's so funny because there's 4 couples left. And they've been dancing for, I don't know, 26 hours, 24 hours. There's 4 couples left, right? All 4 women are holding up all 4 men. So the men are so tired and like half asleep, and the women, they just look miserable.
Yeah.
They look miserable, but they also have that look of determination because they want to win the contest.
Yeah.
Right. It was like an old photo, like from the 50s or something. It was black and white. But I thought it was funny that all the men were the ones dragging their feet and all the women were the ones holding them up. So
that's interesting.
Yeah. But not really, because women like to dance more than men.
No, come on. That's not true.
What? After 24 hours.
Okay, like let's say for example, your friend Ben Tice, our friend Ben Tice, he can
right. But you never hear. Look, you never hear of a dude coming home like, "Yo, dude, I danced all night long, yo." You never hear that. Right. But you always hear a group of women. We went out and we danced all night long. It was so fun. Oh my god! Like, oh my god.
That's what we sound like.
That's right. That's right. Right.
That's actually a good idea though. For fundraiser.
I ain't trying to do no dance-a-thon. It was a joke.
The certain schools back home do it. Like University of Texas just raised over $100,000
in a dance-a-thon.
In a dance-a-thon for March of Dimes.
A dance-a-thon.
Yes.
So
anyway.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Enough talk about dance-a-thons.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope.
Unless Coach Amir. He's a great dancer.
Coach Amir can dance.
Yes.
Coach Amir can dance. Yeah. For sure.
Yep.
He can dance. He's got some moves.
I know. I wonder if he can sing. What do you think?
You know what?
I bet you he can. Right?
I bet he can.
And he's one of those that also knows all the lyrics. So next Barracuda party is
Ami. Hashtag Coach Ami.
So next Barracuda party is a karaoke / dance party.
Yeah. So all right. So back to football. Everyone come out on Friday, March 18th, and root for our Bantam, our JV, and our men Barracudas.
Exciting
as they
times.
try and win that championship in their division and bring that trophy home, bring it back to its rightful owners.
Right.
Beginning at 2, Bantam at 2, JV at 4, and the men play at 6:30. Questions, comments, gripes, concerns, hit us up at thekudacast@gmail.com. Please follow us on Instagram at the Kudacast, Twitter at the Kudacast, Facebook, do a search for the Kudacast, YouTube, search for the Kudacast. All right, so everything is the Kudacast. So send us some emails, send us some feedback, like our photos, etc. And we hope to see all you guys out
there. Just before you finish tonight, I'd like to wish you and Coach Cobb and all the other coaches, Coach Patrick, Coach Rich, Coach Brett, Coach Amir, Coach Sean, Coach Kyle, just the best of luck. And not just because I'm part of the Barracudas organization, but as a mother, as a spectator, as a fan, I couldn't be more proud to wear that Barracuda blue. And it's all because you guys give so much of your time and effort. And I'm going to cry now.
I know, you're getting all emotional.
But this is a family, and I really, really just wish you guys good luck and bring home that trophy. Do your best to bring that home. Yeah.
Thank you.
And we love you
so much. Thank you so much. With that, until next time, Barracuda family, we love each and every one of you guys.
Go Kudas.
Music by Audionautics.com.